Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. Today I'm currently still in Nogales and I'm at Plasters & Sons, and we have a load here that we're going to go ahead and pick up and take to, Yuma, Arizona, I believe, is where we're going to be heading today. Let's just double check that real quick after we pick up this load. Oh, I'm a little bit rusty in the truck, I do apologize. So, let's go ahead and pick up this trailer. It is going to be 39,500 pounds of sawdust panels. We're going to Yuma, Arizona, which is about 283 miles away, and we're going to get about $6,400. So, should be a pretty decent trip. Go ahead and attach up to our trailer, and we'll start the journey. So, I know a lot of you were wondering what happened to the American Truck Sim last week. Nothing really happened. I just kind of decided to take the week off. I figured, I had some Rainbow Six Siege that I had done with Polecat that I had planned to put out on the weekend, but that didn't actually end up happening. And I had it sitting around, and I thought, well, why don't I just go ahead and put that out, take a week break from American Truck Sim, and let's do a pull test. We are, in fact, connected. Go to the outside view so we can take a look at the landing gear coming up. Which side is it going to be on? Probably, I don't think it's going to be on any side, actually. I don't think there is a... this side. There we go. Yeah, that's cool. So, there's our trailer, Lowe's trailer. Alright, so, yeah, I decided to kind of just take a week off of American Truck Sim. I figured, I was like, I wasn't really in the mood to play it, and I was like, I'll just go ahead and put some Siege out instead. And it was a very busy week. I'll go into that later. So I figured, I'll take a week off, but I also didn't realize how much I'd actually miss it. I was doing something yesterday. I was out and about running some errands and stuff, and I saw a bunch of trucks on the road like you normally do, but this time I was like, oh man, I miss American Truck Sim. Haven't played it in a while, and you see all these trucks, and you're like, oh, why did I not play it? So yeah, I just took a week off, and I did actually really miss it. So we're back, which is good because I want to play it. I want a truck. It's been a while. It's been too long. Hopefully I'm not too rusty with the truck or the shifting or anything. I shouldn't be rusty with shifting because for those of you that might follow me on Instagram may know that I've dropped my car off at the paint shop. What was that, yesterday, right? Yeah, it was yesterday. For those of you that don't follow me on Instagram, I suggest you do. It's just kind of if you want more up-to-date information about what I'm doing kind of daily. I don't really do daily uploads. It's kind of just occasionally, but if you want to keep up-to-date mainly on my cars and what I'm doing with those, you can follow me at bugs.official. I'll just include a link in the description if anybody's interested in following me. I really appreciate it. It's also just nice because then you get to see all these cars that I talk about all the time. Because I don't really post pictures of them on Twitter or anything like that. So, anyway, I dropped my Crown Victoria off at the paint shop yesterday, and the weekend leading up to that, the Friday, Saturday, and, well, I guess a little bit on Sunday, I spent those days, well, actually just Friday and Saturday, I spent those days pulling the vinyl wrap off of my Crown Vic. So, for those of you that don't know, my Crown Victoria was actually vinyl wrapped about a year ago. The whole thing was wrapped black, and it was very nice. It was a pretty cool thing. I got the vinyl discounted. It was just a thing that I kind of wanted to give a shot instead of paint. It was just something I wanted to try. My recommendation for vinyl, if you're going for advertisement on a car and you're getting a custom vinyl printed and you're doing it strictly for advertising, do it. It's awesome. If you're willing to just change, if you're wanting to just change the color of your car, just go get paint. It saves you some headache in the long run because I was out there for 2 days straight. I didn't really do any peeling on Sunday, but Friday and Saturday I was out there peeling my vinyl off, and I have destroyed my fingers. Absolutely destroyed my fingers. They are hurting a lot. I have like 5 big, burn, scrape, bruises. I don't know what you would call them, cuts. I don't really know. It was pretty much from wrapping my fingers up in the vinyl and pulling and having that tension pull across my knuckles. So on my knuckles, I have these like burns on them practically. So it was not fun at all, and it hurt, and it took a very long time. And Vinyl is definitely a lot more flexible when it's hot. Am I going this? No, I'm going this way, aren't I? Oh god, these Arizona highway systems are a little confusing. Can I get over? Listen, I've made a mistake. I'm sorry. Crown Vic, let me over. I'm grinding gears now. You're supposed to help me. You're supposed to be my friend. Stop fucking with me and let me over. God damn it. Like, he kept speeding up and slowing down. Like, oh, I'm gonna let you over? Nope. God damn it. Anyway, so yeah, my fingers are just destroyed. I was just exhausted from pulling the vinyl off, but it's at the paint shop now. I might not get it back for a week. The only reason why it's gonna take a good amount of time is I'm not just going in and getting a quick paint job. There's some holes that they're filling. There are some dents that they're removing, and they are sanding away some really bad paint chips because on my hood I have a bunch of crow's feet from just the years of heat in the sun. So the hood has a bunch of crow's feet, so they have to sand that back to bare metal, which I was actually going to do myself on Sunday. I was going to do Friday, Saturday, pull vinyl off, Sunday sand the hood to save myself, I think it was like 120 bucks. But by the time Sunday came around, my hands were hurting so much. I honestly did not think I could hold a sander in my hand for that long. I didn't think it was going to be possible, so I couldn't do it. I just didn't do it. So that was tacked onto the price, unfortunately, but, you know, it is what it is. I literally don't think I could have done it. I would have been out there, like, crying, holding a sander, you know, so that wouldn't have been enjoyable for anybody there. Also on Sunday, we did a lot of things with polecats, Vic, so, I'm going to explain really quickly. I kind of touched on this a little bit in my Long Dark video, but not everybody watches that, and a bigger amount of people watch the American Truck Sim episode, so, I just want to go over quickly about why sometimes videos might come out late, especially on Mondays. Monday seems to be kind of a reoccurring thing that videos will kind of come out late, but the reason for that is with my schedule, I kind of work at like a week at a time. So when Monday comes around, that's when my work week starts. You know, I make sure to take Saturday and Sunday off to have some days to relax. Sometimes if work is done, I'll take Friday off as well. So I'll have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come back in on Monday and start the week. So I kind of work a week at a time. So what will happen is if it's a normal week, I'll sit there, I'll do my work, you know, between Monday and Thursday. I'll just get everything I need to get done. That'll get me videos all the way from Monday to the next Monday. That's what I kind of shoot for, is to get all those videos done. So then I can go through the weekend, come back in on Monday, and don't have to worry about videos on Monday, and I can record with Code Zero and start getting those videos done for the week. So that's kind of what I do. But what happens sometimes is, like a good example last week, well, actually the week before that is on Wednesday, I drove out to a place called Oroville, which is in the middle of nowhere in California, about 2.5 hours away from me, with Polecat to buy his new Crown Victoria. And of course, when you get something new, everyone's very excited. You know, we're all wanting to do work on it and change it. There's some things that we had to do to it. So that week was very crazy and busy because we were working on his Vic, and we were all very excited. And I will admit, I probably paid a little more attention to going and working on, you know, a new car because I was excited compared to, you know, maybe possibly getting videos done. So it is that is the downside to YouTubing and not having management above you or anything like that, is there's no one that calls you and goes, hey, why the fuck aren't you working right now? Like, you should be working. It's only you, and you go, well, you know, I could work on a car right now, or I could work, which are both easily the same amount of enjoyment. But when you get a brand new car in front of you and you see some things that are really easy to get done, and you have like this checklist, you kind of just want to start checking things off. It's just kind of what happens. So that's what happened. And then that kind of rolled over through the weekend, and then Monday, you know, so what'll typically happen is on Mondays I will, well, not what typically happens, what has happened the past like 2-3 Mondays is just been, I've been going out, I haven't been working from like Monday to Thursday, which is kind of what I typically do. I'll end up kind of splitting that up in the week, and I'm okay with not doing weekend videos. I said to myself, if I don't have anything, I'm not going to stress about it. It is what it is. I want to take weekends off every weekend just because it does make me more saner. I remember before when I was doing 14 videos or even 12 videos a week, including weekends, just having that stress of wanting to include weekend videos was just made it a lot more stressful. So now that, so what I do now is, if I have videos ready to go, if they're up and they're ready, I'll go ahead and put them out on the weekends. Not that big of a deal. If I don't have anything by the end of my work week, I don't really worry about it. I just go, okay, no videos this weekend. It's not that big of a deal. So that's why sometimes you'll get videos on weekends, sometimes you won't. But then what'll happen is sometimes I'll get too wrapped up in going out and starting my weekend early that I won't get Monday's videos done. And then Monday will come around. Typically something will end up taking much more time than we thought it would on Sunday. So Sunday would run really late into the night or early morning Monday, get home, sleep, and then wake up and realize that I don't have those videos for that Monday done, start working on those, and then they go out much later in the day than I would have planned. So I'm trying to get a hold of that, making sure that I get that stuff done before I go out and start my weekend. But, you know, it happens. Sometimes you just get too caught up in what you want to do and what you're doing that you don't really think about some of the things that you've, you know, forgotten about, and you just, until it's there and you go, oh shit, I forgot that I didn't do any videos for Monday. So that's kind of what happens on Monday occasionally. And then depending on how bad it is, that sometimes that might roll over into Tuesday, depending on, you know, what can get done. But typically what I like to do is make sure that I have Monday's videos done before I go start my weekend. That way, just when I come back and I start work on Monday, those videos are done. I don't need to worry about it. Then I can start working on all the videos for the week and everything. So that's kind of what I do. That's kind of my schedule, but for the past couple of Mondays, it's been a little flawed. So I do apologize. I know it's annoying, but I do make sure that no matter what, that those videos go out on that day. Whether it be 11 p.m. or midnight or whatever, they go out on that day. So you will get the videos, they just might not be at the time that you would normally think. Which one's low? There we go, low. I'm trying to just kind of feather this gas so I can not kill the truck, so I can, you know, get out of this off-ramp would be amazing. So that's kind of what happened. So I do apologize. I know it's not ideal, but I do make sure that those videos do go out on Monday. It's not Monday at noon and 5 like I would like, but it's still Monday. So I hope that kind of explains things. But I do apologize. It is not, you know, I need to make sure I get those done. So I'm going to try to be on top of myself a little bit more. And a good example is today, Polecat called me and was like, hey, you know, let's go do this thing. And I was like, we gotta work practically. So I was like, I can't right now. I gotta finish this up. So, but yeah, so lots of cool things besides just me dropping my car off at paint. I'm now driving the Miata for a week, which is awesome because the Miata is one of those cars that I look at, and as I look at it sitting there, I look and I go, wow, that is a really nice looking car. I love the way that car looks. Really nice lines, just looks really good sitting there. But then I think about driving it and I go, oh, I don't really want to deal with just, you know, the exhaust and how loud it is and the coilovers and hitting all the bumps and, you know, having to go into driveways and speed bumps sideways and all this stuff. And, you know, I think about it, but then I go, you know, but then I get into it, I actually drive it, and then I go, man, this car is amazing and so much fun to drive. I don't know why. Oop, I got a downshift here. I always, every time my Miata, I will admit, it'll sit there for a little bit. I feel bad about letting it sit there, but, you know, when you have an automatic car in summer that the AC blows super cold, you know, and you could just jump into it, start the key, drive smooth, comfortably quiet in the air conditioning, listening to music on a bunch of speakers, compared to a manual where, yeah, technically I do have air conditioning, but it just destroys the performance of the car, so it's not even worth running. That you have to drive, you know, via stick shift, and it's bumpy and it's noisy, and there's only 2 door speakers. You know, it gets to the point where more often than not, I rely on the Crown Victoria. But now that it's gone for a week, I've been forced to drive the Miata, which has actually been really good because every time I don't drive it and then I drive it, I come back to it and I go, man, why was I not driving this thing? This thing is awesome. So it's really good. I really love that car. It's an amazing car. It's a lot of fun. And I'm glad that I'm driving it for the week. And it's really pushing me to want to make that car one color, because right now it's so multicolored and oop, going the wrong direction. Right now it's so multicolored and everything that it's just, you know, it doesn't look very appealing. Okay, so we're at our destination now, which actually wasn't that long of a trip. It was very simple. All right, so let's go ahead and just try to get this trailer in here. Keep an eye on the markings on the ground. All right, there we go. Parking brake, flashers off. Let's go in the outside view and take a look at this thing. That is awesome. Go ahead and drop the landing gear. And there it goes. And completed. So we went 283 miles. It took us 5 hours and 46 minutes. Really didn't seem like that. Seemed like it took 10 minutes. We got $6,400 and 345 XP. Not really close, about 1,700 away from level 22. So we're not going to see that for a little while. But I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Thanks for watching. Also, remember to check the description for all the mods I'm using in this episode. A bunch of stuff, Steam Workshop and other stuff. So go ahead and check the description for all the mods. Remember to hit the like button. It really does help me out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.